You know, I'm Challenger, I have no life, and I'm Asian, so I probably can get rank 1. Previously on Dragon Ball Z, we were at 478 LP, which is pretty high. But now we'll be jumping in this Ash game, and we're off to a decent start as we do get a few kills in the early game. And we actually 2v2 the enemy bot lane, you know, with no jungler help or anything, as Bran gets a really nice ultimate. And then we do kill Braum, but Lucian actually gets away with some help. But then now we're overextending, although we do have some support coming in from Elise. But the thing is, if you don't know if the top lane has used his teleport or not, the safest thing to do is to assume that it is up, and you know, after the Braum kill, we probably should have backed away, to be honest. Like, especially if our top laner doesn't have teleport to match his teleport, there's no point in risking on diving on someone who has, you know, teleport advantage for their team. So yeah, if you're overextending and your top laner doesn't have TP or is not around, you shouldn't overextend, or, you know, something like this will happen. Now, when I play any other role, I don't shock call because, you know, I'm in the AD carry role, and I don't really know which is the right judgment to do on certain situations, so I just go with the flow and, you know, trust my teammates. But that overextending probably lost us the game, and we do lose, and now we're at 461 LP. But now we'll be playing a champion, you know, Blitzcrank, one of my favorite supports, because Dyrus actually took in on the enemy team, so I was like, okay, I'll play Blitzcrank, and right here I actually land a really nice hook. But honestly, I should have flashed onto the Zyra and just all in because I forgot my Blitzcrank playstyle. Basically, if I land a hook on somebody, it's all in, you know? Like, my masteries and room page are literally one shot, one kill. So, you know, I forgot the ways of playing my Blitzcrank, and yeah, I basically fucked up. And yeah, you know, things aren't really going too hot in the bot lane for sure. But then, you know, the enemy is actually going in for some heavy dives, and I see a pick on Zyra, since I can pull her in a tower. And then this Eve is kind of getting a little overextended and trying to reach Caitlyn, but can't really reach her, to be honest. And, well, she does die, like, really awkwardly and slowly. Now, even though we get those kills, we're still pretty weak. Me and Caitlyn are fucking useless. Luckily, I'm playing a utility support, so what I do is I try to roam around the map as much as possible, get some kills for my team, and just leave Caitlyn alone because she just wants to get some farm and not die. The only thing she needs me to do is ward for her, but I think she's gonna play really safe. So, you know, roaming seems like the best option to me. And eventually, this game is starting to look good again due to our other lanes kind of winning. If they weren't winning, we'd probably be losing this game. Because, you know, my level 2 power spike, I didn't go all in and ham. I bitched out at the last second, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, you know, playing Blitzcrank, you do want to roam if you aren't having a good time in the bot lane. You know, the lane's kind of decided if you don't really get a hook or you die early in the game, so best thing you can do, just get some kills around the map. Anyway, so we've actually evened out this game quite a bit, and we're actually ahead and doing some work on the map. You probably see me flash a lot and going for these, you know, flashy pulls, but the thing is, whenever I'm like behind or feel like we need to do something, I just get really aggressive in my playstyle where I just go for these picks that might work. And in the clips you saw before, it's definitely, you know, kills we needed to get back into the game. But right here, we actually just got the inhibitor after that team fight, but, you know, my team is actually staying a little bit too long, and we get caught out. Usually after inhibitor, you definitely want to back and just, you know, go back, but we just overstayed our welcome and, you know, we paid for it. And now we're having team fights, but they're actually really sloppy. Like, I think Gragas is not using his ultimate to combo with Yasuo's ultimate, and in these team fights, my goal is to try and get Azir or, you know, the other AD carry and pull them and just peel back for my team. But I think I tried all I could in this team fight. Kind of sucks. And you know, this Yasuo is actually going pretty ham. That initiation he tried to do was pretty 1v5, and you know me, I'm just like, this team fight's kind of over. So to be honest, I don't want to pull anyone. I just want to survive so we can defend our base and not let them end. Plus, there's also nothing I can pull otherwise leading to our doom. But I should go right here to this dragon because I feel like I can get a pick on either the Eve or the Zac, and well, it turns out to be the Zac. So that's something that's nice to get, and we do recover. And the thing is, you know, as Blitzcrank, you always want to go for picks. So land that pull, get your team a kill, and the game turns into your favor. And that's basically how this game went. I just kept going for picks around the map. I started looking for some nice pulls onto the enemy team, and eventually we got back into this game. I probably couldn't have done it without, you know, our mid laner or top laner winning their lanes, so that's really nice. I definitely fucked up in the laning phase, but at least we win the game, and this game puts us at 479 LP. And yeah, I want to show this game because even though the game kind of looks lost, there's definitely a possibility of the enemy fucking up and throwing the game. Anyway, so today we're going through a lot of games, so I'm going to speed up some of these games and sum it up for you. So in this game I did decent as Hecarim in the early game, but then at this point, I actually tunnel visioned pretty hard because I thought the Morgana was like our Tristana or something. And to me personally, this is my throwing point on where me and my team fucked up, but especially me, and I could have prevented, maybe this game from going badly if I hadn't engaged on that and just backed away from the tower. So yeah, this is going to be one of the last team fights of the game, and you can see that we're not in a really good position to fight as we are down a lot of kills. And yeah, we lose 20 LP for that. But then we bring out the Swain, and you know what happens here. I feed my ass off just like any other Swain game, but apparently that doesn't matter. As you can see, my team is carrying my ass just looking at the score, and we win again. I do love my free wins, and I think I'm gonna play Swain more. But I also have to remember to feed, otherwise I probably won't win. By the way, even though I show that I feed a lot, apparently I actually have a pretty good KDA on him plus the win rate. And now we're going to be facing Dom and Dyrus. But what's this? Dom is playing a somewhat troll jungler, Cho'Gath. To me that seems a little, kind of bad. And right here is a pretty bad skirmish for the enemy team. Look at my cocoon, I fucking miss it because I'm a fucking idiot. But thank God we have numbers to counter my shitty cocoon. And we are off to a really good start. Ooh. So yeah, it's just a bad skirmish from the enemy team because they were in a jungle, so kind of sucks with them. But apparently in this game, Dom spilled water on his keyboard, and then he like AFK'd because he literally couldn't play. And then later on the enemy is like, we're opening our jungle's keyboard and computer blew up. And I was like, wait, how the fuck does a computer blow up? And so basically it was the freest game of my life. But one interesting comment I got from Dyrus was that he said, I'm sure this will be good commentary for your YouTube video series. And it was, because you gave me an awesome title. So thank you very much, boy. I couldn't have done it without your help. But for real, one thing that got me like really interested in this comment was that he knew about my video series. I didn't really know that this video series was well known amongst the community, and also I've been actually getting a lot of feedback from, just playing Overwatch, and randomly people will say, I like your new series, and some high elo league players actually said the same thing too. And I started to notice that I was getting noticed a lot more, just playing League or Overwatch or whatever, and it was just really interesting to me that a lot of people do know about this video series. So I'm actually very happy that this series is doing so well and that you guys like it, because I actually do enjoy making this video. I get to rant and show some emotion and salt, which is shit I've been holding in, so it's good to express myself once in a while. Anyways, the game you saw here was pretty interesting because we threw, I guess. But one thing that was pissing me off this game was our Jhin. He would like fucking tilt off the face of the earth and not try after, things don't really go his way. And he was just not listening and just being like somewhat annoying. And I felt like he just gave up on life. Now, these type of players, they just like piss me off, to be honest. They just bring such a negative vibe to the team environment that it gets to the point where it's just like, fuck, shut the fuck up and just play the game. I mean, he obviously was, but he was kind of trolling, that random ass flash. But to the people who are watching this video and are kind of like that, it's not the end of the world, come on. It's just solo queue, and you should be used to shit not really going your way already. Anyways, in this game, I just want to say that the Olaf actually outjungled me so hard in the early game. Like, my team has 8 kills and I'm only involved in 2 of them. He has 4 kills. But the only reason we're winning this game is because our solo lanes and like bot lane are winning their lanes, and only Olaf has all the kills. So even though I have a good score right now, I am definitely not proud of my performance. So I could say, I did good this game, and just feel good about myself and be like, yeah, I wasn't a nuisance to my team, but I honestly was. I fed a kill early to Olaf, and I didn't put as much jungle pressure as he did on the map in the early game. So my team basically had to carry my ass, and even though, my score is pretty good, it's just because I'm doing my job in these mid-game and late-game team fights and doing what Hecarim should be doing. So yeah, I was definitely not happy with my performance, but that also gives me more motivation to be a better player and a better jungler. And I just have to figure out what the fuck the secret is to being a good jungler is. I think I'm getting a little close to it, like being more aggressive on the map and showing some pressure, but I'm starting to change up a few things with my jungling pattern. Well, at least I think I am. Like, the step I'm working on is to reduce a lot of mechanical mistakes and just decision-making mistakes. Those are 2 things I'm trying to work on right now, and the only way I'm going to get rid of that is to realize the mistakes I make in solo queue, and then muscle memory will tell me not to do the same mistake. Hopefully. Anyways, we are now at 491 LP, and that's pretty high. Alright, so this next game is kind of dumb. I thought we'd have a remake because Jin didn't connect or, EDC'd at the beginning, but I didn't know that if the player already connected, then you can't do a remake. So what happened was I was kind of screwing around in an early game because I thought the game was going to remake, but apparently it didn't, and I'm getting shit on by Skara. Like, he's literally shitting on me because I've actually never faced a Talia or decent players playing Talia, so he actually shit on me in the early game. Really sucked. Luckily my team is doing some work and helping me and helping themselves, but we're gonna fast travel through this game. But right here the enemy is doing the Baron because they got some kills, but thankfully they're pretty low, and Skara for some reason runs into his team with the space aids on him and basically gets his team killed. I guess, well, Jax would have killed them all, but still, it's kind of funny. And that's where a bunch of my kills came from. So, I do love Malzahar for his mid-game and late-game potential because he does a lot of damage, has a lot of CC, well, if you get Rylai's, and is just a nuisance. Oh yeah, he's also tanky because of his passive plus Rylai's Crystal Scepter. And yeah, he's just actually super annoying. I don't know why a lot of higher ELO players don't play him. Maybe it's because they feel they can't control the game, early with him. I don't know. But at this point, I know we can win team fights because I'm more stronger than the Talia, and most of the enemy team is melee, so I can kite them efficiently. And then, after that team fight, we're just taking the tower. But then Riven goes in for some reason. I don't know what the fuck to call that, but I could follow up with a Malefic Visions and Silence, but that's kind of risky, especially when the enemies are coming up really soon. So I don't want to get Nocturne ultimate, I don't want to get Treno TP'd on, and later on Janna actually gets caught out, and then I do, because I want to try and stop their Baron. But they do get the Baron, and honestly, if we just played it safe, not do any stupid shit, and kind of follow the rulebook of how to win League of Legends, we probably would have been fine, and I think it would have been an easy game. But it sucks that happened, and I didn't really know my matchup against Talia or Talia. I don't know, I don't really care about these names. I just need to know how to play against her. Also, I led a D2 jungle Riven. And this is why I don't really like, D2s or D1s jungling, because they do some weird shit that I don't really like too much. Anyways, on this Hecarim game, you can see this game is going pretty nicely for a sly guy like me. As you can see, my score is 4-0 in this match. But then after killing Olaf, me and Fiora actually go mid, and then we see a teleport. Now obviously we're trying to back away, but I get run down by this Olaf, and I didn't know that Treno was coming, and bad things happen. Now one thing I thought I could do was outrun the Olaf's Q with just my E, so that's why I kind of went that direction, but obviously that was not the right direction, and I probably should have just backed out. Now this fight led to things like this, and it also led to some LP being dropped. See, those little fucking mistakes I gotta work on. But in the next game we play Zyra, and don't worry, we do the same thing as we always do when we play another role, and that is feed. But thank God our team is just carrying our asses yet again, and then we get some of that juicy LP. Do I love free games? But that game was kind of free because the enemy had all AD, so yeah, if we fucked up early game then we might lose, but it was pretty easy if we just went even. And 467 LP brings us to rank 147. Well, that's not too bad, at least we're not masters. But on the next episode of Challenger 2 rank 1, we'll be facing Box. And don't worry, I remember that LOA game clearly, very clearly. So make sure you watch the next episode of Dragon Ball is in my mouth. And if you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.